Hey everybody, this is Perch, and we are looking at May 2021 DC titles. And as we all know, I think we only have one more month of them publishing comics. So I'm sorry, that's going to get me, a bunch of people will be pissy over that comment. Anyway, here we have the comment. Basically, here's my analysis real quick, just out the beginning of this. A couple things. Number one, I do want to stress as you're looking at these covers, like if you're looking at your screen right now, this little bit of design here around the logo and the family of the book and the number bigger and the creative team, like this consistency is smart. I really, I said this on Twitter, and the designer who did this like came out of the woodwork, be like, oh, thank you. And it's like, this is good design. So good for them. And I also like how, this barcode is smaller, thin. I mean, it doesn't need to be big. You do not need to have a giant ass barcode with today's technology. So just making this thinner, slimmer, better is a good plan. So all in all, this is some good design work. So good job, DC. Otherwise, DC continues to have what feels like a really strange rollout of titles. And I've said this before, and I've had a couple of the creators kind of, DM me or sometimes publicly, say, yeah, it's not my fault. Yeah, I know it's not your fault. To be clear, I'm not attacking any creator, any freelancer, anybody on any of these books. Is somewhere in the halls of marketing, somewhere else in DC, there's they're missing some of this stuff. The comics are still coming out very, very kind of randomly, and I mean, this month we see the Milestone revival is finally happening, and yet it just kind of gets rolled out pretty weird. The press releases that have been coming out are really strange, not just from DC, by the way, Marvel as well. So anyway, it's like the good things that you're doing are sliding under the radar. That's my comment. But anyway, let's get to the actual comics here. Mr. Miracle, Source of Freedom. This is a 6-issue limited series. This is about Shiloh, not about Scott Free. And again, Shiloh Norman is not. No, this isn't a brand new Mr. Miracle. This character's been around for quite some time. I'm interested in where this goes because I like Shiloh Norman. I've liked him for quite a long time. I do have very fond memories in the 90s of this character coming about. So I'm interested to see what they do with him. I am not excited about these hints that they're going to redo some of his origin. That I am very, very unhappy about. But anyway, this could be fun. Shiloh is an interesting character. Let's see where it goes. Wonder Girl, number 1. Finally, we get the ongoing series of Wonder Girl that we thought we were going to get about 2 months ago, but I will quit harping on that. This is a good cover. This is a weird cover. What's strange to me, though, is this is not current future state Wonder Woman. This is Yara Flor from some years previous in current timing. But she looks old, like she looks the same age. I thought, I'm a little, this looks like an older Yara Flor. I'm just pointing out here. I'm also noticing, by the way, and this is, sorry for the pervy way this sounds, the costume was a little bit more high cut before. They're inching it down the leg. That'd be really funny, by the way, if every issue they just add like an inch and slowly. I don't know why that's funny. Anyway, Jones is doing this book. We're seeing some stuff in Brazil. We're going to have a lot of mythological stuff. I'm interested to see this book. I'm all good. I'm curious. Future State Gotham, because Future State was more successful than they thought. We are getting the book that's going to heavily kind of be rooted in the magistrate and the future of Gotham. So here that is. This is Josh Williamson and Dennis Culver. This feels like a book where the two are going to work together and then Williamson will fade out and do other things, but maybe not. This is mainly Red Hood centered, but I think we'll also have Luke Fox and a couple other people in there as the magistrate, maybe told from the perspective of the magistrate hunting down the Batman characters, the family. Legends of the Dark Knight, number 1. It's good. I keep telling DC, you do not have nearly enough Batman books out there. So here is Legends of the Dark Knight, number 1. And this is Derek Robinson. This is 32 pages. This is 10 digital first stories that are going out, and then we're getting these will eventually be moved into print. You're seeing more and more of this stuff happening. By the way, where we're getting this is the This is the digital first now getting printed. This is not a bad system. I know people don't like a lot of the digital first stuff, but if the plan is you're going to release it on digital for a couple months and then it's going to move out to print, and then in the same way, some of the stuff you're printing is going to make its way to Infinite DC or whatever, their digital service a couple months later, that's okay. That's a fair trade. You get a little bit of both. That's fine. Milestone Returns. Infinite Edition number 0. This, in theory, is a big deal that they're bringing back this universe. We have, Reginald Hudlin, who's doing this, along with a number of artists that are very familiar to Milestone people. This has been a big deal. It's been long delayed, but it's finally coming out. This is an issue 0, Infinite Edition, because everything is infinite in what we're doing right now. Cool. This is, in theory, the perfect jumping on point, and we're going to see, I would expect, more Milestone comics in June. This is the first issue to launch a bunch of things, so in theory, we will see more. But hopefully, this one kind of floated out as a bit of surprise. DC Festivals of Heroes: The Asian Superhero Celebration. Okay. On one hand, I like a lot of these characters that are on this page. Many of these characters I'm very fond of, so I'm absolutely interested to see what we've got going on here. So that's cool. Wait a minute, who's this right here? Is that a Gen 13 character? I'm not sure. Looks like it. We don't see that in the bottom here, but anyway, it's cool. On the other hand, you're putting an Asian superhero celebration, which is this is a weird title. Like, it feels like this title, not because of social reasons or politics or anything. This long kind of mouthful of words is it's just going to be tough. Like, I'm curious what the cover is going to look like when you plaster all these things on here, and like is calling it an Asian superhero celebration going to sell this book more than just the fact that this cover looks pretty badass and we like a lot of these characters, and most people want to tune into this. I don't know. Is this the start of, like, are we going to get a Latino superhero collection celebration next? And like, and also, what happens to these characters? The part that I hate about some of these, and Marvel's doing it too with their representation collection matters comics, is that it's like they put the characters in this issue, and it's like, hey, look at this, we're putting a spotlight on these people, and you will see them again in 3 years. Like, I mean, I don't know. Cassandra Cain, let's have more with Cassandra Cain. I mean, a bunch of these characters are pretty awesome. Can we actually have them monthly? Like, I don't know. This stuff feels like the wrong. It feels like they're doing this so that there could be a press release to say, hey, look, DC is supporting the Asian community. Cool, but if you really want to support that Asian community, how about you get some of these characters into the regular ongoing books? Like how about that? How about you do an Outsiders book with that team that did the Future State Outsiders backup? Because that story was awesome. Like how about we do that? That would be Katana is pretty badass. Like, how about we get more Katana? Just ongoing. Anyway, I've talked enough about this. Stargirl Spring Break Special. Okay, this is written by Jeff Johns. And this is more with Stargirl. Makes sense. We have a couple Stargirl stories coming up. Good to see Jeff Johns still writing for DC and doing things. All right. Justice League Last Ride. Chip Zdarsky makes his way to DC. This is Chip Zdarsky doing here a little comic. This is a digital first comic that in 2 months will be printed. So that's what we have. Justice League was destroyed by tragedy in time. All right. Curious what Chip Zdarsky has going on here. Why not? Batman Earth 1 Volume 3 hardcover. Very good to see this too. Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. DC's Hopes at World's End hardcover. All right, this is that collection. I Am Not Starfire, trade paperback. People have been waiting for this one. There's been enough jokes. I don't know. Okay, I will say one thing here. You're going to have this Titans show come out. You're going to have a season 3. And here's just my point. Forget about all the other things you've heard about, the way this is drawn, Mariko Tamaki, self-inserts, all that kind of stuff. People are going to go to HBO Max. They're going to watch Titans season 3. They're going to see a representation of Starfire there that is radically different from the comic. And then they're going to go to the comics, and maybe they see Starfire in Titans or other books. represented one way, and then they're going to come to this book and they're going to see a different Starfire with a daughter somehow, and it's a daughter that looks nothing like Starfire, which also looks nothing like the ongoing series, which also looks nothing like the thing they're seeing on TV. Okay, all the rest aside, I don't think that's a good plan to have all these different versions. This creates brand confusion. And I know that there's some argument with that, and creators are like, nobody thinks that way. Well, I do know some people who think that way. Your bosses, like people at AT&T and Disney, think about this a lot. Have you ever been in a meeting where people talked about the proper way to render Mickey, and if Mickey, there's too much of a border and outline on Mickey, it was destroying his brand? I mean, I have. It sucks, and I don't know. Well, it'll go out. Action Comics 1031, Philip Kennedy Johnson featuring Midnighter in a backup story. This is Warworld Rising. This is maybe tying into the story we're getting with Superman in the far-flung future, but good stuff. This is part 2. Superman 31. We're getting the One Who Fell is the second part of that issue. So we're getting a couple things here. Also Philip Kennedy Johnson. And I think we got a backup story with Jimmy Olsen and Guardian, Gangbuster, Loose Cannon. Okay. So there you go. American Vampire, 1976, number 8. I think we're almost done. Yeah, there's 10 issues in this. So we're coming to the end of this this series, this character. I think this is the last of the American Vampire stories, according to Snyder, but I may be wrong about that. Batman 108 introduces some new IP. It's Miracle Molly, who looks very, New Genesis in all things considered. I don't know that that's where she comes from, but if that was the plan, then well done. Otherwise, we got some green leopard skin hot pants, and that's good. And this arrow is handy because it points to where she puts on her shoes. I could use that on my pants. Batman Black and White, number 6. This time we're getting Scott Snyder, Nick Darrington, a handful of other creators doing some stuff. John Romita Jr. is doing a story, most likely with Snyder, I would guess. So a couple of things. Yeah, it says right here, Snyder and Romita Jr. So this has been a fun little anthology series. It's good. Batman the Detective, formerly known as Batman Dark Knight. This is Batman Goes to Europe. And even though I was desperately hoping this would be a 6-issue series by Tom Taylor, having Batman travel across Europe, aka Eurotrip style, it doesn't look like it's going to be that. It looks like Batman's going to be doing some European adventures with enigmatic villains. Cool. An important note, the first issue of the series will reach comics with the updated name Batman the Detective. I don't know if Batman the Detective is going to sell as well as Batman the Dark Knight, but Batman, Catwoman, Batcat number 6. Man, it feels like this title has been going on forever, even though, it is just normal. It feels like this title is one we were talking about like 3 years ago. I know that's not the case, but it's still going, is my point. There's 12 issues there. Mysteries deepen. Batman Scooby-Doo Mysteries. Mysteries deepen here too. Batman and Superman. They are surprised by a bunch of film strips that are that some dude with a crazy eye is doing. The godlike Artur.io. Oh God, don't do this. All right, cool. Somebody found some websites. I like Gene Luen Yang though. I do, and Ivan Rice. You can't go wrong with this creative team. Actually, this is a good team. I just all right. Batman Urban Legends number 3. Featuring Red Hood, Grifter, Chip Zdarsky, Matt Rosenberg, a lot of Marvel names in here. 4 glorious Gotham sagas we have here. Prestige format, 64 pages, $8. Here's the Outsiders. Good for them. Hey, again, the finale, we changed the makeup of the Outsiders. A new trajectory on the DC universe. How about that new trajectory is a ongoing series in June? How about that? That would be a good trajectory. Here's Catwoman, who's embarrassingly ripped her dress in the front. But these guys, these blokes seem to like it, so that's cool. There you go. She's hanging out with Poison Ivy there. They've crashed a gallery, and then there's a test tube containing Poison Ivy. Well, that's new. Challenge of the Super Sons. This is printing the digital version. This is a fun story, by the way. So I definitely recommend some people pick that up. It's cool. Selfies. I don't like the selfie covers, but I'll give this one a pass. This is pretty funny. I'll give it that. I like how they're making Killer Croc smile there. This is on brand for those characters. See, it's I think this works for these characters. I think it works less when like Batman's taking a selfie. See, it's all about context. Crime Syndicate, number 3, the 6-issue series. The Crime Syndicate beats people up. Slinky. How about that? All right. Here is Detective Comics 1036. Mariko Tamaki has Huntress and Batwoman have an uncomfortable conversation in the rain. It's going to ruin her hair every time. Oh, now he's sinking into some sludge. So what's happening here? It's Batman versus the Huntress. Yes, that's what's happening. Dreaming Waking Hours, number 10. This is another title that just has fallen off the map with DC. They've got kind of a cool thing going on, but this is not, nobody's promoting this book anymore. And I mean, you've got G. Willow Wilson on this. You're putting some effort. You got the Sandman show announced at Netflix. It's like time to start pumping this stuff. I'm just pointing that out. The Flash is somebody's being pointed at. It's bad news. Jeremy Adams is working. We got a split group. We have a Brandon Peterson cover and a Brett Booth cover. That's cool. The Flash is back in time. Hey, here's Wally. So Wally West continued to search for a way home. Sadly, he's going to be turned into a killer monster. Here is Green Lantern number 2. A Guardian is dead. And there we have it. It is Guardian. The universe teeters on the brink of war. United Planets falls into chaos. Bigger threat looms. Cool. All right. Again, I like this title. I like where it's going. I've heard some people really don't, but I'm intrigued. I think it's giving the Green Lantern something to do, as long as they don't harp too much on Hal Jordan screwed it all up again. And the reason why you don't do that, by the way, is not that Hal Jordan should be untouchable. It's that you don't want Hal Jordan to become Wally West, where the go-to storyline for Hal Jordan every couple of years is he screwed something up. Like that, you need to, like, you don't want to fall into that trap. Otherwise, it's like, it starts to get very repetitive. But see, Little Lantern is breaking up here. It looks like some danger and some long-term story planning for Green Lantern. I'm good with that. The other one is I'm not a fan of Joe Mullen, but that's just me. I liked Far Sector in the beginning, but I'm liking it less and less as it goes on, and they're inserting Joe Mullen too rapidly into everything. And it's like, don't forget about these. Look at these other characters on the cover. Like let's there's some good ones in here. Let's keep that going. Harlequin, number 3. Harlequin has had a horrible Botox accident and has to run from. No, I'm just kidding. That's not fair. Riley Rossmo does some good stuff, but anyway, Hugo Strange is messing with Harlequin. The Joker, number 3. He goes on vacation. Cool. You don't put limes in there like that. So they're going to fall off into the pool. You're going to lose them. Then you're not going to have something for your drink. Plus, are you drinking a martini here with limes? Is that what you're? A strange choice. Anyway, the hunt for the Joker is underway. Jim Gordon's on the case, and Punchline is going up against Orca. Justice League 61 with Shazam is the new Justice League is trapped on a world devastated by war. All this kind of stuff. Brian Michael Bendis, David Marquez. Place your bets. How long does David Marquez stay on this title before we get him moving off into something else? Naomi learns dark secrets of her birth world, broken legacy. Hawk Girl and Black Canary battle through trenches. Where are Superman and Shazam? Black Adam? What kind of trouble is Aquaman in? Hint, it's bad. I hate cutesy solicitations. Also, I mean, I get it. You want to build up Naomi, but maybe you do a couple other things before you go right into Naomi as your. It's fine. Whatever you want to do, man. Justice League Dark. Like, come on, Ram V, spin this off into. I know it's not your decision. Spin it off into its own ongoing already. Come on. Zatanna, Constantine, Etrigan, Detective Chimp, sure. Possessed Library, cool. Looney Tunes, yep. Shenanigans. Mad, hacking out planes. Man Bat versus Batman. We're almost done with this. I think 6 issues, right? No, 5 issues. This is the penultimate issue. Man Bat was a pretty fun issue. I appreciated it. Next Batman, Second Son. This is a digital title. John Ridley doing this one from the pages of Future State. This is all about Tim/Jace Fox and what's going on there. So there's some good stuff. Sure. Nightwing number 80. Here's Nightwing. This is Tom Taylor, and what's going on? He's got a big heart. Bloodhaven, the new Heartless. Who's picking out the heart of I liked that the Grayson series was not bad. Like they should try that again. I don't know. I just lost all my followers to that statement. Other history of the DC universe. Here's John Ridley and others doing this one. Renee Montoya, words taught her to feel ashamed of her gender, sexuality, or ethnicity. Did they though? Like, my feeling is Renee Montoya always was pretty self-confident. Like she was always a kind of a strong character. Are we going to retcon a bit of Renee Montoya that she's felt ashamed of who she was? Maybe I'm really missing those. I thought Renee Montoya was always pretty badass. But okay, we'll see. Robin number 2, introducing Flatline. She's got the crazy skull pants. Is this the daughter of Ravager? Ravager had a daughter. Is this? Now I'm worrying. Did I forget that Ravager had a daughter? Is it daughter Flatline? Is that somebody else here? I don't know. Sorry, I may be completely spacing on something all of you know. Please let me know in the comments. Here's Rorschach. Cool. He's having a 3-way. That's great. Here's Ruby Justice League number 2. They're having just a regular 2-way. Sensational Wonder Woman number 3. This is Colleen Doran doing some books. So that's awesome. I will go check that out. This is a digital first book. Written and illustrated by Colleen Doran. This is a good, yeah, check this out. I'm up for that. Strange Adventures number 10. There's something on the glass and we've got to wipe it off. You fogged up that glass and you want to do your hair, but you can't see because everything's all fogged up. That's what's happening in this issue. Suicide Squad number 3. This is a crossover with Teen Titans or Teen Titans Academy. Target X, Peacemaker in his new I'm getting an HBO Max show, so I get to lead the team. But we get Connor there as well. And here's the other half of this. They've also been fighting the Botox villain. Red Hood, all stuff. Superman Red and Blue fights red and blue monsters. Swamp Thing number 3. We're still in the hunt of if this. No, we're back to a limited series, 3 of 10. That's a bummer. Last month they forgot to put that on. So make Swamp Thing ongoing. That's what I say, because we get Swamp Thing and 2 Poison Ivies. That's 2 Poison Ivies for the price of 1. This is what we're having. So okay, looking forward to that. Truth and Justice number 4. Once again, the Botox villain is struck. So anyway, Jason Todd's passed. Here's Wonder Woman number 772, where she takes a casual moonlight stroll through the forest while hands come up from the ground and threaten to get her. It's like she just needs. This is Evil Dead. You need to put Ash back here with his chainsaw arm and call it a day. But anyway, what's going on? She's not paying attention to her 6, and this is what happens. She's gonna get beheaded with an axe. Anyway, she has outsmarted the Beast of Asgard, and she meets Thor. So cool that Donny Cates' wish for a DC Marvel crossover is happening. No, it's a different Thor. It's public domain Thor. Then we have a bunch of trade paperbacks. Here's the Justice League trade paperback. This is kind of nuts. So the Justice League trade paperback. This is flat out terrible advertising. So what this trade paperback gives us is Future State, Justice League, The Flash, Green Lantern, and Aquaman 1 and 2. Fine, but again, we're the cover is all about the Justice League. If this is a cover, this is a crap cover, because if you're interested in some of these other books, like you're banking all of it on this one. I'm just saying. Here's the next Batman. This is a good cover. Fine, we've seen that one before. So a bunch of trade paperbacks for for Future State stuff. This one, Future State Superman, is giving us the Legion of Superhero issues. This is goofy. I'm just saying that's a weird way to do it. Here's the White Knight Presents Harlequin hardcover. This was an excellent series, so go check that. If you did not, this would be a great way to pick that up. I think this is great. Katana Collins kicked some serious ass with this book, so good on her. Absolute Swamp Thing by Alan Moore, wonderful. Aquaman Deep Dives, trade paperback. Batman Damned with edited Bat Penis. Ghost Stories. This is kind of a bunch of Batman. Okay, so a bunch more recent Batman stories. Here's the Generations hardback. Here's the Mark Waid Flash, book 8. Here is Fourth World by John Byrne. Cool. Okay, Jon Stewart. This is smart. If you're going to have Jon Stewart be in the Green Lantern book, put out a hardcover of his stuff. That's good. That is not a lot of comics for $40. Okay. It's hardcover, but Maybe put something out cheaper, so you can pull in some new readers who do not want to spend $40 on hardcover. Maybe an idea. I don't know. Here's the Bronze Age. That's cool. This would be a fun little book. Suicide Squad: Casualties of War. All right. This is the Keith Giffen stuff. This is weird. This is a fine little run, but this is a strange one to get back into print. But okay, I'm not going to complain. Tales from the Dark Multiverse 2 hardcover. I still maintain that this whole line was poorly promoted this time around. Transmetropolitan Book 5. All right, always put it's good. This is all fine. Nice there. And that's it. That's what we've got for DC in May. So the titles continue. They definitely have a shorter line, but it's slowly building up. Their digital print strategy feels like it's coming a little bit more into alignment. So it feels like a consistent plan. Still weird with some of these comics. I don't know, just in how they all go. I'll just leave it on this one to just piss everybody off. Anyway, there you go. Which of these titles are you buying? Which are you not buying? Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Follow me on social media. You can get all the contact information in the description of the video. And thanks for listening.